first, are we assuming if we were to do the I will change the world by theme for the reflections competition, are we assuming that we're going to collect that artwork at that club? But that feels like a really short amount of time because it's the 12th and it's due the 1st. And sometimes kids like to think about things. I think that maybe we could announce the competition and take, submissions and have a gallery where kids can see and let them, submit as much as they want, right? Yeah.
I love that.
Like just submit as much as you want. And then we have a gallery anyway for this national theme that they can read up about because it's online and I just read about it. And we can talk about it and they can have themes about, whatever it happens to be, ways to change the world. And we could even have, if we wanted to, you probably already know this. Well, I don't know. Do all the high schools do the requirement for volunteering to graduate around here? Do they all do that?
They started that after I was in high school, but yeah, I think that's a thing now.
All of them do it?
Yeah.
I think so. At least the public schools.
They do. Well, they did it at Walden.
Yeah.
And I still get emails from some of the places. And even when my daughter was, I don't know, 6th grade, maybe, we did volunteering too. And we can sort of, in a way, open up kids to that idea. What can you do in your community?
Yeah.
I wonder,
actually active, what can you do? Not just I'm going to be a doctor, it's sort of like abstract thinking for a kid, but what can they do now?
I think a lot of them are going to have incredible ideas. Just like I can feed my dog, but like I can be Greta Thunberg.
Yeah. Like I can do something. Well, I know Josue does a lot. So he's actually done volunteer work.
Yeah, we need Josue up, Jen.
Yeah, bring him out and let's talk about those themes, That's it's relatable. I will tell you this. I remember when I was in 3rd grade, we were asked a similar question because I went to a very progressive and diverse school. And I didn't know what the hell to do. As a 3rd grader, I was just like, what? And then they're like jobs. And then they're all picking up books off the library shelves. And they're like, look what happened. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I saw there were like 2 books left. One said waitress. The other said lawyer. I go, okay, lawyer, whatever. I didn't want to be, I've never wanted to do that. Ever. Right. I know Carmen has, and she's doing a good job of it. It was not my calling. So
everyone I know who's a lawyer, to be fair, also does not want to be a lawyer.
Really?
I think
it seems like it's kind of a calling though, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a very hard job. I think it's a lot of
I would not want that hard job.
No,
but
I have a friend who does domestic law and she's just like, ooh, and you don't get paid enough for that shit.
No. But I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't have any examples of what a kid was doing,
right.
Making cranes for people in the hospital is one of the things that we were doing in 3rd grade. And I'm like, I still don't know what we're doing. As a kid, I couldn't put it together that was, no, it didn't. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that it did for others, but it did not for me. I still didn't understand what I was supposed to I'm going to change the world by what? Like what? I don't even understand the world, Like
I think that the Montessori curriculum does have some, like I'm thinking of even some of the PTA events we've done where we're doing food drives, we're doing delivery of the cards, that kind of stuff. I think that there is a little bit of a sense of service in the curriculum. And I think if we have a few kids who have a good understanding of how they might answer that question, that could lead kids in a different direction than career choice. Because I don't want it to be.
That's exactly, and that's where I went with it. And the funny thing is, I have been a waitress a lot, but I've never been a lawyer. Out of those 2 books,
Right, but then there's that whole problem of like, what are we supposed to aspire to? And it's hard.
I don't want to open that can of worms.
Right, and I've definitely done a lesson plan with the Sadako and the Thousand Cranes and the book, but
That's the one that's the one that we did in 3rd grade, and the book was heartbreaking. But like, are people in the hospital right now there was just like, wait, who's dying? Like it was just like really intense.
Are we in for nuclear warfare? Is that the message?
For a 3rd grader, it was like,
And for a 3rd grader, okay. For a 3K, no.
No.
I'm talking about children dying of cancer.
They're gonna change their parents' world by learning how to poop on the toilet. That's what they're gonna do.
Aww.
Which is valid, right?
Hey, it's an important thing. It really does change the world.
Right, it does. Oh God, it does. But also they don't understand what that even means yet.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. Their world is narrower, right? So like just changing one behavior changes their whole world.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that, but I think, that's tricky. I think with parents there, I'm reluctant to guide them in a specific lesson plan.
Right.
Way.
I do. And if it's online though, what you do is you open it up to kids. What are your ideas about this? And then you have some examples of things that kids have done. And, maybe that is, the sense of service. We can start out with that, but I'm sure they have other ideas. It opens it up to all sorts of things. And then we have a gallery of art.
I love that. And I want a physical gallery in the school where kids are walking past.
I would love to have that, but that relies on asking for space and permission, and the parents and the kids. If we have a representation that's virtual, we have a further reach.
True.
More people, not just people in the school, but more people in general can see it.
Yeah. Would we just like take photos and upload it to like?
It would be cell phone photos. Cell phone photos, and we're not even doing what the reflections. I mean, they say things like, dance. I guess you could do dance. You just have someone record it, right? Video.
So in the past, you don't have to do all of the categories. And I think we just did photography, visual arts, and cringe special artists, which I think they mean neurodiverse artists. And that is a whole separate like problematic category that I think is not sufficiently examined at the national level. But
they do not have it listed this time, at least not online. They just have dance, film, literature, music, photography, visual arts, which photography is visual arts. Thank you.
Oh, preaching to the
but
choir.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I almost feel like there are not artists involved in this. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know.
I wonder if you.
Yeah.
So. Should we have a media focus as well, like printmaking, sculpture, photography?
I love that. I think that's really important, and it gives people choices. I
feel like printmaking especially is like, here, just do this thing, even if you don't have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're actually interacting, and then it gives you ideas. You're not just staring at a blank sheet of paper, which I know it's funny. People always talk about that giving anxiety. I never had that anxiety, but I say it and people always go, yeah, I know what you mean. So it's the example I always use, like the blank sheet of paper. It's like,
You're an artist.
but a blank sheet of paper is like an opportunity.
Yeah. They're artists. Yeah. And I see a lot of like the art lessons I've seen in the classroom. I love how planned they are, right? So another thing we can talk about is make a drawing and then transfer it, like remake your drawing, right? Or paint your drawing or something like that, right?
Turn your drawing into a sculpture, like a Play-Doh sculpture or something.
Yeah. I would also really love to have kids ideas for the mural. I want kids to like draw mural ideas so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But we could kick that down to December because we have the full year to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the mural considered Reflections or Art Club?
Okay, so it's Art Club. Yeah, Art Club, and it's the grant, but it's all, I mean, because it's all a little bit wrapped up together, it is PTA funded as well. So I think it's the Reflections Committee for sure, but what I wrote into the grant was the mural and the art club sessions where we're interacting with kids making art, and like building confidence.
Yeah.
Expression.
That's Art Club.
Priorities. Art club.
So
that's how we fulfill the grant.
So just for clarifications, is Reflections strictly just this once a year we all draw based on a theme and that's it?
Yes. Yeah.
Because it does seem like a wasted opportunity, because it's like, yeah, we could be doing so much for this actual schools. Or like I know you're having a hard time with Miss Guzman and getting a hold of her too, but it's like, yeah, we could, because like she's also a teacher, like she probably needs art supplies. She probably buys a lot of that on her own.
Last year she did a lesson on it, and I think it did reach a lot of kids, but also it was all virtual, and that helped, I think, with submission, because it wasn't the submission process is a little bit extensive if you want to like officially submit, right? There's forms. There's forms, and I know if there's a form involved, I'll be like, no, that's okay.
Right.
They have a section for art education resources. I am a bad committee member. I have never clicked on it before.
Is this in Member Hub?
No.
Oh, I don't even know where to go for this. All right. Tell me where I'm looking. Maybe that'll help me.
I'm going to give you the link.
Okay.
And I think what you'll find if you click the link is that it's a lot of the stuff that you have a degree in.
That is the link.
PTA. Okay.
You, Pat, as an art education person, and you, Suzanne, as an art history person. Like this is
perfect.
Theater.
This is stuff.
Performing arts.
Yeah, those are all options, but I felt like for elementary.
Yeah.
I did feel like for elementary we should stick to the visual. Also, I'm not confident. I did reach out to Mr. G last year to see if he wanted to collaborate, and he never responded. So
is it music?
Yeah, the music teacher, but he yeah.
I think that would be so cool.
I mean, we can ramp it up as we go along, like, like each year, maybe like this year.
Piece in.
Tie in one more teacher.
Yeah.
I shared this with Robin a while ago. It's kind of on my mind every time I think about the mural and things like this. And this was not third grade, it was a little older. I participated in it was at a university though, but it was all grade school kids. We made this giant mural with ceramic. So we all had a tile that we made, and and then we sang at the opening of the mural, like the unveiling, and we also signed the song. And it was a nice way to sort of touch on a lot of different things.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did something really similar at Lloyd, really similar.
I do
Yeah,
have a bunch
and
of
I
tile.
Clay, the big clay stomp thing was happening around that time too, right? Where there was like, it was supposed to be like, we had a sister city in Russia, and there was
Oh,
the Cold
Oh,
War, there
interesting.
was a whole like,
Thing.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it was a whole clay mural. I think it's still at the airport in Milwaukee.
Oh my God,
There
cool.
is, in our school, there is a clay mural that looks like it's probably from the 70s or 80s. It's like that
We,
old,
yeah,
a thick glaze on it. I was kind of curious about the me and Robin walked past it when we were handing out the art kits.
yeah, we were looking at that. It's terracotta, very
Ours
Yeah.
was
it's terracotta.
80s, and it would have been, I don't know, maybe, yeah, like sometime in the 80s. It was, we did
89.
What a Wonderful World was the song we sang, and it was all international stuff. So like, anyway, it was fun.
We did I Believe the Children Are the Future.
Okay.
Aw. I don't know if the mural is still there. It was on the outside of a student union, Illinois University Student Union. I don't know if it still exists. I should find out.
No worries.
I'm curious, yes.
Sneak it out. Jen's going.
Oh,
Good to see you, ladies.
we shall miss you. Thank you for
I
your,
was gonna say Lennon's got to go to bed too, probably.
oh, yep. Yep.
We're getting to be about that time, so it's well, Josh is.
So,
I'm okay if we need to go longer.
okay, so we are considering, we're hopeful for in-person November 12th in the gym. Parents required for kindergartners.
Yes. K3 to K, right?
Yeah.
Be real
Right.
specific, I would say.
Thank
The more specific, the better.
Well, yeah, my kid is not in 5-year-old kindergarten.
Right,
so I'll let
exactly.
him
Exactly.
go alone.
More specific, the better. Yeah, and I'm with you. I think if we just maybe have them sign like some liability waivers and we got the insurance, and if parents are there, then I think we're cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I think my understanding was the insurance might cover that liability stuff.
Oh, like so if a parent gets mad because their kid got paint all over their clothes, they might be able to get reimbursed or something.
No.
Okay. Okay. Or like we just wouldn't, I don't, yeah. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out.
So is the November 12th in person, masks for little guys, prints for more adventurous participants?
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds really fun.
And then if it's online, we'll just focus on the reflections.
Yeah, well, and like,
Or do you want?
Well, we could.
right? But then reflections, or the theme of reflections, will be sort of the lesson plan, plus or minus, right? Of like,
That's what we did. Yeah, that's what we did for I Matter.
Okay.
I
we
will
did
say,
teaching though. It was like,
I
Great
love though the little packets that you gave us, Robin. I love.
Yeah.
I have the sunset painting that Nicholas did in like by my desk, so I thought that was really great. Like
the
sending
packets were
something
fun.
home.
Mhm. Yeah, so if we're virtual again, we'll have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear that, or was that just my?
I heard
That's
like a vibrate.
It might be my kid in the background
Oh,
on the
hey,
keyboard.
Gavin.
Yeah. He doesn't want to play violin. He wants to play piano.
Fair enough.
Naturally.
I'm
'cause
low
we
key
don't
gonna
have it.
force Lennon into the cello next year.
I would love.
Nicholas really likes the cello, and
Does
we do. He does. We have a piano in our house that we got a long time ago, and my daughter used to play it really well and often. And then one day she was like, I'm doing something else. And so now we have a piano that no one uses. Robin, do you need a piano?
I don't need to move a piano. I just found this keyboard piano.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, yeah.
So no, thank you, but I'll let you know.
Josh has a
Wherever
music
your mind.
studio, although my child has not shown really any penchant for any of the instruments in it so much.
I have a very small
The
house.
drums. Right, and that's the other thing.
It is
Well,
a pretty
they're
big
loud.
upright piano. At least it's an upright, right? We got it
Yeah.
for well, we had to pay to get it moved, but
Yeah.
we didn't. But that was it. And
Right.
we got a lot of use out of it for a while. And now it holds other things like books and music books for other instruments that aren't the piano, actually.
So the music corner.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a music corner, but I
We
do
will
have
be
a
receiving
piano.
my mom's upright piano that she bought when we were kids, which is in really great shape. It's like from the 50s. It's actually a really nice piano.
Beautiful.
Super out of tune. And so my mom is like, basically Josh is getting this, whether he wants it or not. And she's paying for the moving fee at least. I'm like, well, hopefully we got a different
Wow.
where we're gonna stick this piano when you die, lady.
This piano is probably a 4th or 5th hand piano. I did have
Yeah.
it tuned. The most recent time I had it tuned, though, was a couple of years ago. And we found a bunch of stuff that was crammed into the piano at some point.
Oh wow.
Like a,
Love letters.
Like in the lid, like they shoved it where the
it was all
are?
accidental stuff. It was like, congratulations on your retirement. And here's a picture of a christening. And here's an envelope that you fill out for mail order tulips from Holland.
Oh.
It was all really
like someone's mail detritus like fell through a slot or something.
exact. That's
What's
it.
up, guys?
Weird. I wanted it to be love letters or something.
Right?
It wasn't that romantic, but maybe I can do that. And then whoever gets this next has a surprise somewhere in the future.
Right?
I'm writing that down so that I do that.
Like
I would do
message
that.
in a
That's my
bottle, message in a piano.
Yes. Okay. Ask students about what they want, how they want to do. Okay. I am trying to take notes over here, and
Hey, Shmani, why don't you go start getting your teeth brushed and your nails done?
Yep. How they want to change.
I don't know. What time is they coming over? If you can just bend real quick, then I can just keep an eye on it.
Have some plants. I'm gonna write have some plants in the audience.
Have some plants.
Yeah. Josue is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, a plant, like okay. I thought you meant like leafy green plants.
Well, that'd be good too.
A couple, yeah, some kale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kids who already have some ideas, I mean, we can talk to our kids about it, but that's exactly the kind of thing. If I said, Gavin, how do you want to change the world? He would shut down.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's exactly what I would have done too. It would have been like, what? No.
Yeah. First of all, I don't talk in public. Second of all, what? That's a big question. And third,
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
it's cool. I would love to play that video of Greta Thunberg talking about like the like you're mortgaging our future for a fairy tale of capitalism, but I think that might be a little too heavy-handed for this audience.
I think it might be. And then I feel like you might piss off some parents.
We might make some enemies.
Yeah.
We don't have to play the whole thing. We can just show kids that are making an impact.
Right. Or like,
I
yeah, we
mean-
could do a little montage maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with editing things. But like, yeah, Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg or
Yeah,
Malala.
just
Malala Yousafzai or whatever, the girl got shot in the face.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Pakistan.
I think it was poison. No, acid.
No.
No, she got shot.
No, she was
got
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, on a bus, I think. Yeah. But she's got some great speeches. Like, I'm sure we can find a montage of kids.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so
Or even
many
just
though.
quotes
So
or-
we will be able to find plenty of kids who are, I mean, and it doesn't even have to be like this, you know, I don't want to get shot and then do something that good. You know, that's like not, you know, a lot of kids are going to be like terrified by that. I would have.
Well, yeah, we don't have to maybe bring that up, but you know, we can talk about how she wanted girls to get educated in Afghanistan because that wasn't a thing, and her dad was like super supportive of that, which also was
very,
not really
very
a thing at the time.
important. But I know we've got some local, I'll ask my kids. I know we've got local kids who make the paper every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
We should use examples that people might actually cross their path also. There is a spider.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Down from the ceiling at you?
Maybe.
I don't know if we will have like PowerPoint capabilities in the gym.
We probably won't.
That might be too much.
Yeah. But reflections would be if we're online, right? Plan A in person is masks and printmaking.
But masks and printmaking. Well, plan A in person would be printmaking and talking about like introducing the idea of how you can change the world, right? Talking with your parents, thinking about it, and then we're going to need an incredibly quick turnaround. Like they have like a week, right? Like,
yeah.
I think we should publicize this. If we really want people to participate, we've got to get this out there a good month in advance. We have to put it on the PTA Facebook. We've got to get the, you know,
make a flyer or something.
Yeah, we got to put flyers in folders, and we have to have a landing page of some kind of site where we can show the submissions. So everyone feels that sense of accomplishment. Look at all of these things that we made. And their parents, if they're too young, can write down statements about it. If they're older and they're comfortable writing for themselves, they can write their own, you know, bits about that, like a reflection about it. And then it's accessible, it's out there. I mean, I know I've been slacking. So the pumpkin thing, you know, the pumpkin thing that was done last year and that's happening this year too, that we haven't done anything for. There's a pumpkin contest. It's kind of, I mean, I don't know.
I vaguely remember that last year.
The kids vote on their favorites. You carve it, you send it to, I don't know who, and then they put all of them up with letters or whatever in different ranges of grades, and you vote. The kids vote which ones they like.
Okay.
So
I feel like didn't they do that with elves last year? I remember Lennon like an elf sweater or a Christmas sweater or something.
Oh, I think they did.
He was upset because he had to make one because Mr. Nutt was like, you have to do this for like the PTA and then they get uploaded and judged. And he was like, I don't want to. And I'm like, well, I don't know, kid, just do it.
I don't think that we should judge anything.
No, I don't think so.
I'm just putting it out there.
No,
like if we have a page where we can put everyone's stuff
just
for everyone to
display
see, and they can click through like posts or something. And it doesn't even have to be Facebook. We can do something better, you know?
Well, so I can't commit to making a website or monitoring a website or figuring out how a website works because that's not at all my skill set. But I can put things on Facebook.
Yeah.
We should do Facebook then, because then all three of us can do it.
Yeah.
I can build those things, but if I'm the only one that can do it, that would be bad.
I mean, I don't know how to code or anything by all means, But if we did like, but then we gotta pay for it, I think, because if we did like
You can do
Like
really simple
templates.
things like WordPress. I know it sounds real outdated, but
Yeah.
you know, there are a lot of platforms that we could, and I don't really know. I have mixed feelings about social media because I've been avoiding Instagram for like what, a decade? I don't know, on purpose, and I don't want to be forced into it.
Okay, so
I don't blame you.
wait, with the pumpkin thing, it gets, all of the pictures get put on like a Google Drive, and then the link gets shared in
Oh yeah,
folder.
Google Sites is another way we
Yeah.
could do it that's super easy. Google Sites are accessible for all of the kids.
Right, and we also have a
Okay.
YouTube channel, so if we put together an image, digital images, we could make,
Oh,
you know, we could make a little video that we put up.
are
kind
we
of.
still talking about reflections or these pumpkins?
No, we're talking about reflections.
Talking
We're not-
Okay, good. I was like, please, I was like, do we have to make pumpkins now?
No. I was only
We're good,
using
we're
that
good,
as
we're
an
good.
example. I would
Okay,
never
okay.
expect us to buy produce or, you know.
Right. So we can like upload photos to Google.
Yeah, for a gallery, we could make a gallery landing page and it would actually be really cool.
Yeah, I think that's
So-
right. Yeah, and all the kids have Google products or whatever, right? So they can find.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
There
Who wants
must
to
be a
make
way.
flyer.
Huh?
I'll do
Who
the
wants to
flyer.
make a flyer.
I'll do the flyer, but I need all the info and then I'll put it together. So we'll need, I assume it's the information that I saw online, but it's more than I think we need. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got a lot of words.
We simplified it a ton last year, where it was just make art in visual arts or photography categories.
Do we want to use the same categories as last year?
I think so, because we have nobody to handle the other ones. And then I wondered if, rather than doing a competition format, I wondered if we could do kids who wanted to submit their work to state just could. Like if
I'm
they
fine
were
with that.
motivated, like they could
Yeah.
make that choice.
Yeah, I'm not interested in competition actually,
No.
for my kid. But anyone who is should definitely do it or
Yeah.
tell if they want that. I don't know how the submissions work, Robin. Do we have to officially?
I think Carmen said we have to like give them to the school and the school submits them, like mails them in.
Oh,
I think I
That sounds
submit them. I'm pretty sure I submit them to like whoever is there's actually in a couple of days, there's a Facebook Live where they're gonna explain some of that.
Oh.
Oh, now I'm not seeing it though. Okay. Well, I know I wrote it down in my calendar.
but it
Yeah.
can be optional, you
Yeah,
know.
'cause
And the thing is, if it's optional, then there's no deadline. Like we can revisit the theme, we can
Right.
build on the theme, you know, kids can have another idea later and go for it or change
Certainly,
the
and
idea.
that's where I really love the idea of an in-school gallery where, you know, like people submit and we put their work up immediately. And like, there it is to look at right there. They're walking past it. It's generating ideas for them. I'm quite
Right.
sure the Johnson would be excited about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, if I do it, you know, if I just come in and do it, I think it's the kind of thing that she would love.
Yeah.
So that does require her obviously to find us a space.
A wall, yeah.
Or a window.
Yeah, we have all those windows.
My only concern about windows is that kid art can fade so quickly, like construction.
Oh yeah, it turns
So
white instantly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would rather have a different part of the hallway, but I would be happy to put something together that's even just a bulletin board that goes up and comes down. This is something that I was pitching to Ms. Guzman too, because it would be really cool to have more display space that was like really interactive, like really easy to interact with for adults who want to display kid art.
So
and
does
she
this
required a 3D
school,
option too.
does the school have, like, I remember as a kid in my elementary school, it was just like a strip of like things you could thumbtack things to, and they would always stick our art up.
Yeah.
Our school not have that?
Yeah,
We
they do.
in some of the hallways, and then in other parts
Okay.
we have strings that things get clipped to. I mean, there's a lot of
Okay,
really good
yeah.
problem solving happening. Yeah.
Okay. So there's some options at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
So we
really
just,
would be great though if the art teacher would get involved, because that would be the perfect venue, you know,
yeah,
outside her room or something.
I will email her to see if she would do a reflections lesson.
Yeah. Or idea, because the mural, the ugly mural currently is right outside the art room. If we
Yeah.
wash that bitch except for that middle pole, and that is our display.
There's a
And
metal
it's-
pole.
There's like it's like wall and then it bumps out a little. And me and
Oh,
I guess Lisa Johnson were of the idea that the middle part can stay. It's like the life cycle of the butterfly.
Yeah, there's a monarch life.
oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So what if we,
some kind of beam, but
or
then
we
on
could even
the
do
other
like
side, it's like the gopher and the old school, and it's
and
not
a weird
not really
seasons thing happening with a
fit
baby
art.
outside in the winter? Yeah. It's got a lot of weird stuff. I'm saying, what if we whitewash it and like maybe that's our display area?
Like prime it.
Staging, yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know if
that's
Lisa would be okay
wonderful.
with that, but like we can always change it then, and it's always then malleable to whatever group of kids is in the school at the time, you know?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And it's literally right outside the art room, if I'm remembering correctly.
However,
Yeah, that's exactly, we want somewhere high traffic. If it's
Right.
like here next to the fourth grade room, then only fourth graders are going to see it. You know,
Right,
and there is a
right.
lot of room in the school, but
Yeah.
a lot of that real estate's also sort of claimed. Or if it's by the little, you know, the really
Right, then
young
all the
kids,
big kids aren't ever gonna see
then
it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
everyone goes to the art room, right?
And
Does
the
everyone?
music room is right there and the gym is right there too.
right. So that's a great idea that we cannot accomplish in time.
No,
know what I-
that's okay.
Like,
Yeah, no,
it-
I get that.
It's so good. It's just probably a spring idea, I think.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be just for the reflections. Like we can maybe
Right. I
do
love
something
it.
temporary for now, but maybe that can be a goal and as opposed to a mural,
Yeah.
because I know Kat had the idea for maybe putting tiles outside. And actually Jen just said, I don't know what kind of tiles she had, but she heard the word tiles and she's like, I have a ton of tiles if you guys want them.
Yeah,
Tiles.
I think there's a bunch of mosaic tiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Prime and paint
So because we
butterfly.
can do
mural.
other in the blacktop space we were talking about putting different, so we have other spaces for like
Yeah,
public
yeah,
art,
painting the blacktop.
like putting stuff on it. Yeah, like
Yeah, I love
or-
that.
Along that fence on Ohio, that was part of our sort of vision for where we would really love to have murals, right?
Mhm.
And one mural idea could absolutely be like kid art, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Display space.
And if Lisa still wants like a painted mural there, well, then maybe we can take half of it and paint it.
Yeah.
Can be blank
Or
for-
maybe she can recommend another space.
Yeah, she might know
Had a
someplace
ton of
better.
ideas. Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
really had a ton of ideas, and she really wanted something outside. She was excited about the fence idea, the painting the black like she was really on board with all and any mural, their ideas.
Oh, that's awesome.
She particularly loved the bottle caps images.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some of the Pinterest stuff you found was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You guys found it. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there's so much stuff. I loved the recycling aspect, of course, because
Right.
yeah.
Well, and I think you mentioned too, it's smart because we are going to get all these bottles for the greenhouse.
Exactly.
off.
They don't need the caps because they're cutting the tops and bottoms off.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So guys, for the 12th, if we're in person, this is kind of what I have written down. Plan A is that we're going to, the actual art making will be masks and prints. And we'll have an introduction to the theme for reflections.
Yes.
Okay. And then the reflections, annual thing, what do I call this?
Submissions.
Submission, thank you.
We need to take the deadline, an internal deadline for our own sanity.
Yeah, so the deadline for the big one is what, December 1st? If we say it's like before Thanksgiving, which is, Thanksgiving is like the 25th. Thank you. Right?
Yes.
Is that right?
I think so. Yep.
So
I
then,
think it might be the 18th, maybe. Usually it's the third Thursday of the month, which would be the 18th.
It's the 25th and they have off the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want to be doing that administrative work of compiling and submitting over Thanksgiving, partly because how it interacts with my teaching schedule.
Absolutely.
okay, that's,
I'm going to be
Would the
grading.
19th still be too early? That's the Friday before. Do you want to cut it off at like?
No, I don't think it's too early. I mean, in fact, if we could roll out a flyer and start thinking about it for first.
Because that's pretty much a whole month, and that's enough time for kids to come up with something.
I was thinking maybe they should bring their submissions to art club.
ooh, that's great.
That's a good idea too.
Then I have
That's
them
great.
in hands, right? Like, it would be really nice. I know it's a really short turnaround. It's not a lot, but they could make stuff at art club. They could already be thinking about it. Maybe.
So submissions and ideas. Bring your submissions and ideas to art club on November 12th. The thing is, we want to open it up that anyone can submit, even if they don't join us physically.
Yes. So then deadline could be the 19th. I think that's a good idea.
Just like give it to your teacher by then, and we'll try to collect them, or what?
I mean, we could make a reflections bin in the office, maybe.
I still think we should focus on, because the submissions will have to be digital, to my understanding. Wait, do they want original artwork sent, or do they want digital representations?
So last year they did want, like, they wanted physical things, or that's what honestly, I didn't get great clarification, and we didn't rise to that level, because what we ended up doing is just having people submit. We didn't get a ton of submissions and we left it there, right? So I will have hopefully some answers once the state, Wisconsin State PTA does their info session. But
well, and Carmen's
digital
message on it doesn't really say. It just says, he submitted without judging. We can just send everything to the state.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Submissions can be, well, she said submissions can be due by the 26th, but yeah, you're like, I'm not having that. So that's fine. I think the 19th is totally fine.
It really, I mean, I will.
We can process everything. So maybe
I won't be able to do it if it's the 26th. Like
here's my thinking.
You need a break. You need
if we have like 3 family Thanksgivings too. It's just
it's all good. So we'll tell her it's the 19th then.
I think the 19th is possible.
I think so.
Yes.
It's just so much easier when the art teacher has because they're at school with all the kids that would be submitting.
I will ask her. I will once we have this timeline nailed down too, I can approach her and say, here's what we're doing. Like, we'd love for you to jump in.
If we have
elbow.
Yeah. If we have submissions that are being collected like in the office, are we going to take pictures of those to put in our own gallery? Because I think this should, I don't know, here's my thinking.
I think that makes sense, because then it's centralized.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll go with that.
because
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
happy-
want to make it about a competition when it could be something so much bigger for all of us if we alleviate that pressure and the deadline. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah. I think
How would
if
we-
we want to keep submitting past that deadline,
Exactly. If you want to
Yeah, we won't
compete,
turn it down.
right. If you want to compete in the national competition, let us know. We're making those submissions on this deadline. If not, we'll just let it flow throughout the whole year and keep building the gallery all year. Why not?
Yeah, I think that's a good
Well-
idea. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
if you don't give me a deadline, I won't do it. You know what I mean? So I think
Ooh.
I think a deadline's good. I think
Well,
deadline.
I think what I mean, clarify. I think this is what I'm getting from what Kat's saying. We set the deadline for November 19th if these
Yeah.
kids want to be judged by the state. Like if they
Or
want to
if they want to submit to state, I think.
Yes.
right, then it has to be done by then. And then throughout
Yes.
the kids thinking about it and they're like, hey, I was thinking about I will change the world thing. And 6 months later they go, here's my thing. Like,
Yeah, and that way the gallery can keep
yeah,
growing.
and then we'll just take a picture of it or whatever and add it to that.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of, even if we
Digital
have a
gallery?
physical no, the online gallery, if we have a
You're talking-
physical gallery, that's fine too, but that needs to come up and down. An online gallery can stay longer. And frankly, parents can see it. Parents
Yeah.
are going to be in the hallways. I mean, kids, it's important for kids too, but we'll have a larger and longer reach, and that will encourage more involvement because kids like to see, I don't know, I don't allow much, but Vivian made a TikTok of one of our cats.
Oh,
And so now she's famous, and that's a big deal in our house. So your artwork,
What
your
dollar?
artwork
wait,
online
What
is,
denomination is the cat on?
huh?
What denomination of family bucks is the cat on?
I don't know. I would assume like the $1,000 bill.
yeah, I was just gonna say your cat is now the $1,000 bill if she's internet famous, or he gets
She is. She's
Yeah.
very
people love cats, man.
Okay, I
cuddly.
was a little, so, okay, let me clarify again. I love this idea of having a digital display space that can be ongoing. I was imagining you were talking about a physical display space, and I was like, they're gonna make us take it down way before, like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh
probably
yeah,
before Thanksgiving, because they'll have other Thanksgiving art they want to put up. I presume. So yes, cool. So we need a flyer, and we need something for room parents to send out and something to put in folders by November 1st.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we could collaborate on that too, Kat. I don't want to put all of that on you because
No, it's totally fine. I can make the flyer, but I will probably not be able to copy it or distribute it because because I work during school hours, and that's when we have access to their copier.
yes, I am happy to do that stuff. And Suzanne and I are really
Yeah.
good. Team.
I can do that too, because yeah, I either don't work or I work at night. So
Yeah, I think it was very fun putting kits together and going to school. Like,
yeah.
so fun. And that's actually the last time I talked to Lisa. So that was maybe a good time to speak with her, like, in person.
Yeah, she might be better at that than maybe email communication, I'm guessing.
I get it. I really
So
do.
into it. And so yeah, so
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to Miss Guzman. I'm gonna email her and see what portion of this she might be interested in being involved in. We're looking at rolling out November 1st, art club November 12th, deadline November 19th.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
November 1st flyer, November 12th art club, November 19th deadline for reflections.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
So
Those are
the
good.
backup November 12th will be online.
Yes.
And will we basically do a similar lesson, and then we'll have to come up with some?
I think it would have to, yeah, I think yes. ways to change the world would be really much easier online, because we could put together a PowerPoint and have all the we were talking about. But we should come up with a different
activity.
And we had talked about getting air dry clay, because you can get those.
Yes.
Ooh, they're
love
not
that.
super expensive, and those would be a great art club.
Or do they have, I know Lennon's done this and we use this at the hospital all the time, and it's really nice to work with, but the model magic.
Yeah, I think that's
and they're in the little packages, and we could send those home pretty easy. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes, I don't, we have some of it that is non-drying, and I will tell you right now that that's really cool for reusable, but
some of it does dry out though, because the stuff we have in the hospital will dry out.
Stains. The non-drying one does. Ask me how I know.
I'll help you print the family box.
Okay, thank you.
I'll help you do the art, and then we can print it.
If Mama's doing the art, then she gets put on the $1,000 bill. I'm just
I don't know which one I'm on. I might be on the 5.
the 5. What an arbitrary number.
You know.
Or you're 1,000, right?
okay.
5 is great. There you go. One hand.
Okay, okay, I love this. Yeah, so our backup plan for the 12th will be sculpture and still changing the world.
Yes, perfect. Okay. See, that's plan B. Plan A is in person. Plan B is virtual. And then the 19th is they drop it off at the office, or
We'll probably have to ask where we can do that.
I will get clarification on that.
Yes, yeah, because all of us, yeah. Dang it. Wish Lighted was tomorrow, because I would just ask Secretary Lisa in person.
Yeah.
But I'm not,
and that's only
I'm
the
not gonna
deadline
see
for
it.
the national competition. We can, obviously.
yeah.
And what I will do is I'll look into the Google site for us and figure out how we can get a gallery going. And we can see, I know I've done this with older students. So if we have different pages, we can have one that is just general art club gallery. So it doesn't have to be themed, which means
whatever we make throughout
put all
the
the other stuff up. I would love that. Yes. 'Cause a lot of parents did send me artworks, and they're wonderful.
yay,
Aw.
perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Mm-hmm. I see you. You're adorable. Please go brush your teeth. It's time.
It is time.
Yes. You have been playing it this whole time. We keep hearing you.
So do we want more than one gallery then? We could just have one gallery that's like Art Club 21, 22.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
then-
And then every year we just start over. And then that way they can see what they've done throughout the year.
I love that. That's great. Yes.
And then maybe if we're ever in person, maybe we can ask them to save some of it, and then we can actually do like a gallery night in the school when, I don't know.
That's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
you know?
I'm just picturing little
Yeah.
kids dressed up with like wine glasses filled with grape juice, like walking around looking at all the art.
Cheese, wine and cheese.
And
galleries.
we have a couple of locations scouted out that would be really open to hanging the kids' art outside the school too. It's just COVID has been a factor. And also we didn't really get a lot of art last year. So this year it seems like it might be really different.
Right.
I think it will be. And that's why I don't want to restrict how many people can come when
Yeah.
when Carmen was like, and then we closed registration. I'm like, oh no.
Well, yeah, but in terms of the volunteer ratio.
Oh, no, I understand it's a pragmatic issue. But I want people to be able to submit artwork.
I know.
And if it's
I agree.
virtual,
That's the
Yeah,
only thing.
I honestly would love to be in the classrooms one by one. I think that's a goal for me, is to do lessons in the classrooms, teacher by teacher.
I
Yeah,
was
you
able
did
to
that
do
once,
that.
didn't you? Because
Mhm.
Lennon made a
Yeah.
timeline of life with you, I think.
Yes, that was, I did that in Miss Danette's class, and yes, I was able to do that. It was
Yeah, the
pre-pandemic.
lesson was
It
amazing.
was 2019 or 2020. like
Yeah, because it would have been
2020.
in first grade.
Yeah. So
Marianne also specializes in art lessons, and she sent me some ideas that she has. She's doing Matisse cutouts with the kids just right
yay, that's so
Doing it.
cool.
She's very cool. I really like
Yeah,
it.
I was able to go around and do different stuff. Honestly, I didn't even ask. I did one for one teacher because they asked me, and then other teachers just started asking, and I'm like, okay, fine. And that's how I ended up with, it was Miss Melissa that asked, can you make a presentation on Kandinsky? And I go, sure. And
Yeah.
then Diana was like, hey, I want you to give that in my class too. And that's where Gavin saw it. But I also did, we did one on sculpture for Miss Melissa's class, and there were a couple for Miss Danette. The timeline of life was one of them.
Mhm.
That big, huge.
So cool. I love it. I love it. I can't wait
Did
to
I
get
ever tell you what my father-in-law said when Lennon told him that? So Lennon's all excited about it. Like, he was so excited about it. Jellyfish or something. Like,
Yeah. And
Like
oh, they were
telling-
so cool. Yeah.
yeah. So he was like telling, I was like, okay, when does it start? And it was like animal life, right? So I think it was just animals, right? Not like plants or anything.
We did not do a lot of plants because the kids were more interested in things that seemed more mobile.
Yeah.
You know.
No worries. Well, so my father-in-law, who's deeply religious, heard about this and he went, oh, did you guys start with Adam and Eve? And there was this awkward silence. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they started with like bacteria.
The mural started though with jellyfish, actually. That's
Did it?
where,
Okay.
yeah, and
That's where it started
the what trilobites? Am I thinking right? And
Yeah.
other very, yes. It moved into all these different areas and eras. And we had everything from, insects to horses at the end.
Yeah.
So
nice.
it was nice.
I like it.
But it
Yeah,
was not,
very-
But Adam and Eve surprisingly did not make an appearance.
it was not religion friendly
Did you
either.
We're
course
human
not.
well.
He knows that they go to a public school. He was pushing my buttons, I
Did you
think.
know
Yeah.
that?
I pushed his, yeah, exactly. So I got sassy with him.
Oh,
I was like, no, pretty sure Adam and Eve did not make an
they
appearance.
do. They play really old ones like back in their day, but they still play video games. I just want to tell you that.
Okay, I just don't like to play games.
It's fun. It's really fun. Come on. It's really fun. Have any of you played video games before?
Dragging you in the conversation. Be ready.
Yeah. But I don't
Only
know
a little
any
bit. I'm
modern
gonna
games.
I'm gonna stop this recording.
You don't want to talk about Mario for an hour? I'm not saying that. I was being
I don't
sarcastic.
know.
My God.
It was an exaggeration.
Is there on the bottom? Where